All right, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back to episode 5 of the Survivor's Footsteps. We've had a little bit of progress, a little bit of loss since the last episode. I, well, let's talk about the progress first. We were able to tame a perfect level tech stego. We could only do it with berries, so it's not also a perfect tame. I think it's like 2 levels lower or something like that. But because it's a tech, it was a level 180. And then we obviously pulled, I don't know, like 70 some levels on it or something like that, whatever the almost perfect is. And then we've been leveling her up as well because I downed her. I checked her stats, and I was just immediately just like, oh my goodness, what did we just do? Because its health is atrocious. It is so low. I can't remember how many stat points it has into its health, but it is just a terrible health for a stego that's perfect. However, its melee was almost exactly the opposite. I think it had 37 points already into its melee, which was amazing. So I was really all of a sudden happy again. And we had found a blueprint a little while earlier for just a slightly better primitive saddle, but it was still cheap and easy to make. So we got that going, and we were actually able to use her to go and kill those couple mammoths that were sitting over in the snow. So we now have our fur, and we haven't built the fur armor yet, but we'll be able to and actually be able to withstand those temperatures. So that's pretty exciting. Also, we did grab 2 raptors. We've got Tech Raptor here, which actually he was just outside the walls of the base. So easy Bola and Tame. And then this raptor right here we found when I was just kind of scouting the beach, seeing if there was anything real worthwhile. So I am not going to include the footage of the Tech Stego tame. It wasn't that exciting. I just used a trap, walked it into the trap, and then shot it until it went to sleep. So I may end up making a video on just kind of how to trap large creatures or something like that. I don't know. And maybe that footage will be in there because I did get the footage. I didn't get any voice to it, but we'll see. Otherwise, you might notice there's no trike in here. No trike at all. Uh, no trike, and what else died? Something else died too. I guess it was just me and the trike. I did have a couple otters die that, I mean, immediately I found a male and a female otter. They were really low level. I mean, it's not really a big loss. It was level 10 and level 5, I think. But I found them while I was waiting on this stag to tame up. And yeah, they died within a minute of being tame. Terror birds came up on us. So, but when I was harvesting back here, I noticed one of the animals had a alpha buff on it. And by the way, we're gonna take this raptor with us right here, and we're just gonna go scout the beach real quick while I tell this story, so I don't just like keep walking around the base and looking at things. But the raptor had an alpha buff on it, or the creature had an alpha buff on it, which turned out to be an alpha raptor, and it was pretty low level. So I grabbed the trike and took it down into the canyon, and I don't know if I just misread what it said, if I just assumed it was an alpha raptor, or if possibly there was an alpha raptor and an alpha carno. Um, I'm not really sure. But when I showed up with the trike, there was an alpha carno right there. And the alpha carnos are really weird. Their aggro is how they do and don't aggro actually. Um, they they'll like come onto you for just a little bit and fight with you, but as soon as you take a little bit of health off of them, they run away for a little while, but then they actually like come right back at you. I don't know. It's really strange. It definitely doesn't work like Carnos do, and it doesn't work like Alpha Raptors do. So it did that. It fought me for a little while, and I got it pretty low, and then it ran away, and it ran into the hidden lake area, and which wasn't a big deal at first. We just went down in there with it and continued to kill it when all of a sudden two Therazinos walked in and kind of on opposite sides, and so it made it really difficult to go anywhere without accidentally aggroing one of those. And sure enough, we either walked into it or maybe the Carno ended up getting a hit on us and knocked us into it or whatever. But Therizino just destroyed the trike. I mean, it can do pretty much anything, but it's not going to hold up to the Therizino. So unfortunately, we lost that trike. I was a little bit upset about that, but oh well. What are you gonna do? We got a perfect stego out of it. So we'll eternally be on the lookout, at least on the island, for a male tech stego, preferably decent level. Let's turn the gamma up a little bit so that we can show you guys what's over there. Hello. I've been thinking about a galley. That Sabretooth a couple episodes back was not the first perfect creature that we've seen in this game. We actually did see a perfect galley a little while ago. I don't honestly remember when it was, but it was one of the first times that we ventured out onto that beach. And unfortunately, you cannot tame one of those things with arrows. It's a guaranteed kill. So we didn't try to do that. And of course, hang on real quick. What level are you? Oh, you're just a 15. We're just gonna torch this guy real fast. But yeah, you can't tame them with arrows. It has to be darts or they just die. So I was unable to capitalize on that, but I don't know. It could actually be a decent mount, especially just getting around the beaches. Obviously, it can't really hold a candle to the Thyla when you're going anywhere with terrain, but if it's just the beach, I think that galley takes the cake for fastest way to get around. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for it. It's not something I'm going to actively hunt down or anything like that, but we may have an episode where we have to go and tame up a galley because we find a perfect. Alright, we're going to try to just take some pop shots at this guy. Go, Raptors, go! Damn bleed effect. Alright, hopefully there's no piranhas in here. Because that's exactly what we don't need right now. Alright, cool. Come on out. Let's heal up a little bit. Plan right now, by the way, since we're kind of done talking about the tragedy of the trike, is to kind of head towards the redwoods and just feel out that trip. I'm not ready to tame a Thyla. There's a couple things I want to do before we do that, because one of the things is I think I'd actually like to get its kibble first. Really not wanting to do an imperfect Thyla tame, because we'll take a while and we'll find a very high level. What's going on over here? Shrike is angry about something. turn the gamma up just a little bit until it gets brighter in here. Hopefully that's not too bright on everybody, but I think it's better than just being dark and not being able to see anything. For sure, checking these theories. If we could find a high level theory, there's so many things that we just don't have to do. You know, we actually already have a saddle for it, which is amazing. We found it on, was it on that alpha? I can't remember exactly where it was, but um, we did find a ramshackle fairy saddle. So we'd already be able to ride it if we could tame a good one. And then we'd just kind of just be started, I guess, as far as our boss breeding projects go. If we can get fairies started very soon, we don't need to worry about Rexes at all, because we'll get enough mutations on them that they'll be insane to go against the Megapithecus as well. And most likely the broodmother. However, it always seems like they take by far the longest. Okay, that's... what do we got running at us? 35. I just don't want to go... yeah, I didn't want my raptor to run like right over into that Therizino and just pretty much wreck this whole thing. Come on. Let's run under here. Look at that little hidey hole. That's a taming hole right there. Alright. Okay. Easy. Easy, girl. Okay, there's a Textego up there. Level 6! My goodness, what a prize specimen for our perfect female. We should go kill it though. Let's get the medal. And then, honestly, as easy as this trip is so far, I think this is what we're gonna do: is just bring the raptors. Maybe we can find one more that's a decent level. I don't know, but I think we'll head out to the redwoods next. And for now, we're just gonna go ahead and kill this Textego, and then harvest up a little bit of metal, bring it back to base. Dang, what's going on up here? Just killing raptors. Level 25 didn't have anything on it. Level 75 didn't have anything on it. Alright, I don't think these stegos will attack me if we attack this guy. They don't care about the tech creatures. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you, but they do not care about the tech creatures. They understand they are not the same. And I guess they only protect their own. Alright, cool. Well, we'll bring you guys back when we are back to base and kind of geared up. We're going to get some bullets made, and then we will start the journey towards the redwoods. Probably bring maybe a few supplies with us and set up a real small little hut so that we can stay there for maybe a few days while we look around. And yeah, I think by the end of all of this, we're gonna have ourselves a pretty nice thyla. I can definitely feel that. All right, see you guys in a few. All right, everybody, we are back, and well, our tech raptor needs a couple more levels on him before he's gonna be able to efficiently, or I think it's a she actually, before she can efficiently carry the taming cage with us, because I'd like to bring that not only for a thyla, because it'll work just fine for that, but you never know what we'll find along the way. So I would really prefer to bring the taming cage. And right now we're not encumbered by any means, but we're very slow. So Yeah, she's going to hang at base. We pet the Lystros so that hopefully she can gain at least another level. And then we'll take her out. We'll kill a couple dodos along the way, and we'll get maybe 2 levels out of that. And then she'll be running fast again. But right now, we would get smacked if we tried. So, there is one thing that we can do, and actually one thing that would really benefit us to get this started now before we leave for our Thyla taming journey. Man, I thought I was going to keep walking. Oops, we're using the tranks. We don't need you. There we go. Yeah, it would be really nice to get the farm going. And by the way, I did decide, because obviously we need the farm going, and then also some eggs to get the perfect kibble and whatever for the Thylas. I did decide that we'll go ahead and just try to get a decent level one, but just not on a perfect tame, and that's just fine. But yeah, that we just need to have one that we can travel efficiently on, and then we'll be able to kind of work our way from there. All right, so what we're doing today to get this garden ready to go is unfortunately going back into deep water. We need to go to Carno Island because we need to get into the cave that's kind of in the back. Alright, I really, really hope there's no leads. I don't think I repaired this raft actually, which was kind of dumb, because I'm not sure how many more hits it can take. Alright, I think we're okay actually. It's kind of nice when you're on the raft to go into K mode and kind of look below you, see how horrible it's going to be. But anyway, so we're going to the back. We're going to this cave where, I don't know, it seems to me like 9 times out of 10, the very first creature that you see in there is a dung beetle. Unfortunately, every once in a while you get some bats and a few other things to spawn right with the dung beetle, and that's kind of annoying. We'll have to kill those. But we need a dung beetle for sure if we're going to manage more than, just a couple crop plots, because compost bins are the worst. You're having to refill them with thatch all the time. They do not produce very much. Where is that thing? I think my fire's in the way. They don't produce very much fertilizer, and yeah, they're just, and for the space that you need to dedicate to, I mean, you probably need about 1 compost bin per crop plot. Maybe not quite that once you are really up and rolling, but that would probably be a pretty good estimate. We can get 1 dung beetle to pretty much just run our entire farm. So that's how important those little suckers are. It's incredible just how much they can do for you. All right, we're actually, you know what? While we're here, let's go get this first because we don't want it to disappear. But while we're here, we're gonna get a little bit of metal. Okay, it's not the best, but whatever. Oh, I can't wait to show off how many compass blueprints, by the way, I have. But yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of metal, a little bit of flint, so that we can restock on the spark powder. And then why not just chop up rocks that are gonna give you a little bit of metal while we're at it. I don't think we're gonna be going deep enough into that cave to really get any resources, so I doubt we're going to be able to pull anything out of there. But if we can get a dung beetle, that's going to be a big win for us. Obviously, there's a chance that there's just not one in there, and I don't know if that is what it is. But we'll probably just have to wait for a little while and then go back in and let everything kind of respawn and see if it'll roll one for us, but we have our fingers crossed. Okay. Yeah, I think I made just tons of stacks of gunpowder, but pretty much depleted the entire spark powder supply, so that's gonna help. Let's get all of this stuff in there. We need the poops. We just basically just made our stego poop a bunch for us. Exactly how you get a Phiomia to just go nuts and poop like 50 poops in a row. You can do that with really any creature, and as long as they have a large enough food pool, they poop when it depletes a certain amount. So, there's a tech raptor. What level are you? 30. So yeah, it depletes a certain amount, and then they poop. And so, in the number of stimberries that I fed it, if you would have done the same thing to a Phiomia, you probably would have gotten, I don't know, 6 to maybe 7 poops. And I got 3, so it's not too bad. It works. Male Rex, level 15. What a hoss. Seen so many Rexes already and just so much junk. Alright, so we need this in a place where we can just like run back to it and jump on and go. It's gonna have to be that. Run! Alright, we made it. They will not follow us in this way. Alright, can I gamma up? Yep, there we go. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to go after an artifact in this cave yet. We're not there yet, but what we're going to do is you go all the way through here, and then there's this pool of water. You don't need scuba gear or anything like that to make this swim, but you just kind of have to be deliberate about where you're going. It's pretty easy. And then you come up, and yeah, we've got bats. It almost sounds like they're like in here with me a little bit. And you can get up on this ledge if you need to. Okay, so there's a dung beetle in there. We've got a lot of stuff to kill, but this is certainly possible. We're gonna have to kind of play jumping in the water, shooting them from the water, because these onyx are pretty tough, and I actually left the gun back at home in case our raft was destroyed and we died. So let's go ahead and deal with the bats first. Why not? Alright, so then kind of just need to, yeah, they do come in the water. It's exciting. Where are you? Just don't want freaking mega rabies. That's the worst. Alright, let's get out of the water so that we're not freezing. I think that was the other one over there. Oh no, it's right here. It's coming back. Wonderful. Ah, I thought that hit. Boom. Don't want to drown. Oh, come on. Just making sure nothing else is coming over, because obviously as you're destroying these onyx, if other onyx over there, yeah, like that one, see what we're doing, they get angry. Alright, Wonderful. Come on. Let's kill these so I can get out of this water. I'm freezing. Oh no. Whoo-wee. Okay. We can heal up a little bit with food. Not a ton, but a little bit. Oh, I really want you, dung beetle. I'm working hard for you. Alright, now, what do we have for the scorps? Level 20 is mate boosted with that one. Uh, oh, come on. There we go. Duck down. Duck down. Oh no. Come on, one more. There we go. Alright. That is helpful to at least have those out of the way. Alright, now these are pretty low level scorps, so I think we're going to be just fine, but they will come in the water after us and do a little bit better job of trying to kill us. So, we're going to do everything we can to chunk them out before we just have to use... Oh wow, okay. Sometimes they definitely swim after you, but that one at least pretty much did nothing. Hopefully this next one is the same. We'll definitely chop him up for the chitin. I'm not crazy worried about the onyx, but I like chitin just as much as the next guy. Alright, well, they actually don't do a good job of attacking in the water. I am completely mistaken on that, so perfect strategy. Lure, oh, this is a 150. It's too bad I don't really want you. Because, man, will you just die before... Here, you know what? Do they have oxygen? Like, will he run out of oxygen? Oh, yeah. God, I knew that was going to happen. Whew. Oh, no. That is such the wrong time to run out of oxygen. Well, we're going to die. God dang it. That was terrible. That is... Oh, we just got a little lazy there. We don't have the health to ward off what the lack of oxygen is going to do, so we're not going to be able to get back up. Man, we just drowned. Alright, well, bringing a sleeping bag would have been a good idea. We didn't. So we're going to have to actually make another raft because we don't have anything that swims, and there's definitely a few megs in the water there. Alright, well, hopefully we can get back without everything respawning. And if that's possible, then we'll actually be able to just go and tame that dung beetle right away. Man, that is disheartening. We were doing really well there, and then all of a sudden, just went a little too fast. Alright, well, we've got our raft. I'm going to get it on the water and sail on over to the cave, and then we'll pick you guys back up when we jump in the cave, and we can all see together whether or not everything is respawned and we have to do that all again, or if we can just pick up our body and go. But yeah, we'll see. Alright guys, we are back. We've got a Rex outside the cave right now that wants a piece of us. Can't quite see it, but he's out there somewhere. Um, what's he? He's after a scorpion or something. So yeah, hopefully he's gone by the time we're out of there. But he kind of helped us out. The cave was swarming with saber tooth when I came back, so there's no way I was getting inside. And then luckily, that Rex came over and kind of ate all of them. So thanks, buddy. All right, fingers crossed. Here's our drowned body. So sad. Alright, cool. Doesn't look like anything else respawned. This is wonderful. Alright, let's get our... Oh, we can't get our armor on because it's all broken. Okay, well then we need to just get this done quick because this is going to be a cold place for us. I thought I just did that, but I got distracted by armor. Level is a 60, good enough. You do want a high level dung beetle. It's really nice to have a high one because then you can just stack so much food in it with the high weight stat. But otherwise, you just put a lystro next to it and it eventually levels up to the point where you can uh, fit at least enough in it to get an entire crop's worth of fertilizer in one go. So that is what we're looking for. Should we bring some of this back? Why not? Why not? Always good to have obsidian. It's kind of weird, by the way, that the obsidian in the cave, I don't think it gave any metal at all, but obsidian out on the mountains does, I'm almost positive. Bring a little crystal. A little bit more obsidian, because that's kind of the thing that I don't really get to. I can easily get crystal. It takes me like a little while to get there, but I can very easily get it. So, alright, come on. Come on. Heal up just a little bit. I am finally getting enough uh, narcotics made that I'll be able to start mass producing uh, medical brews. So that'll be really nice. That comes in significant handy. Come on. Come on, get hungry again. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, I do want the cryopod out so that we can just immediately get it in the cryopod and go. I don't think actually, I know I can't swim with it in my hands, and then I do not want to run out to the raft and have this thing just sitting there. I think I'd probably attract every single thing that's on the island out there. Come on, man. Get hungry again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wonderful. Level 89 dung beetle to start up our farm. So that's perfect. We don't even need to build anything yet. We can kind of just get on with the plans. But if we can just get him full of poop, by the time we come back with hopefully a thyla, we'll have by far enough fertilizer to immediately get going. Alright. Let's get out of here because it is cold. My armor doesn't work apparently when it's broken. Imagine that. Alright, so hopefully everything, or at least a few things, have moved on. We'll turn down the gamma so we don't blind everybody running out of here. Alright, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Just run? Yep. Just run. jump on the raft, drive the raft away. Now, last step, we have to get this thing back across without one of those leads just destroying our day. Can we do it? I think we can. I think we had to take a second raft over, obviously, and no issues there. Never saw any leads, so I think the at least shortest distance between the shore and here is pretty clear. I want to just check. It's not somewhere. Keep tabs on those Rexes. Unfortunately, it's sort of the same thing with the Rexes. If we find a Rex, actually two Rexes that are just insanely high level and have really good stats early on, we could probably forego anything else just to get through the island. However, the dragon is tough, and when you're going against the alpha dragon with Rexes, you've got to really have some beefed up damage because they just can't stay in the fight. They get dropped just as fast as lower level Rexes because of that percentage burn. So I guess not just as fast, but they get dropped fast. So yeah, if we were able to find very high damage Rexes and we're able to mutate that stat as well pretty far, I think we could probably just do it with those, but much easier to go the Theory route. Also, when we're over in the Redwoods, we're for sure going to be looking for Megatherium. It's not, I don't know, they're not necessarily the most needed of the three boss fighters, I guess you could say, or whatever. You know, you can take on the Brood Mother quite easily with Rexes and quite easily with Theories. So uh, you don't absolutely need the Megatherium, but if you want to farm the Megatherium, or I'm sorry, the Brood Mother, if you want to farm the Brood Mother, Megatherium are so easy. They just make it go so fast, and you can run 2 or 3 times without having to heal because they just take her down. So if we find something real high, we'll probably go that route. It's just easier, but they're not on the priority list. The Thylas are on the priority list over there. We will keep our eyes open for Rexes. And now that we've got the cryopods, there's no reason that we shouldn't be trying to grab a hold of a Doedicurus and an Anki, and at least getting them tamed up and back. So, all right, well, we made it back safe. We are on shore. We're going to go ahead and get back into base, unload all of our supplies, come back, unload the storage box. But yeah, we've got a dung beetle. I'm pretty excited about that. We'll get it set up and going, and then we'll come back for the next episode as we head into the Redwoods. I appreciate everybody that's following along with the Survivor's Footsteps. And if you'd like the videos, go ahead and hit the like button. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel and stay up with the journey. Thanks, guys. See you on the next episode.